Okay now. Like I said, guys, I'm gonna be dropping so many videos as much as I can get a chance with my energy like this. Like, it's like, I can't grasp it really. So I have to have my outlets, and just stay tuned. But what I'm doing this video on, and I feel like my Gemini counterparts or people with heavy Gemini influence in their charts could definitely appreciate, because people do not get Gemini energy. Like, and how I know that I know what I'm talking about, like I said, on any Gemini video I do, jump in the comment section pronto, and you will see what other people are saying. Okay? That, don't take my word for it. Yes, you have the real basic mundane energy or descriptions of Gemini energy where people are saying we're friendly and superficial. We are not superficial. Okay? That is the way that it comes across a lot of the time. We just don't put up with the same stuff. We don't look at life the same as a lot of other signs do. There's going to be a few signs that can match us, or they're not matching us, but they do have a deeper understanding of a lot of things, but theirs play out a lot differently. With the sign of Gemini, the way that we operate most of the time is like this. We be like, our minds is just so heavily occupied. Like, we will try things, we will do, you don't understand. It's hard to put words on it. Like, if you're really dealing with a real Gemini, a lot of times when it matters the most, or when we need to put words on something the most, we shut down. And I don't think that, like, our thing is like, okay, I'm going to protect myself. I'm going to protect the people that I'm dealing with, because I just don't think they're ready for this. I just don't think that they are ready for this. And we're deep into our mind. Like, people go deep into their body. Like the water signs go deep into their body, like almost are trapped by these feelings. And one little thing, one false move for somebody else, it takes them into an insecure place. So they gotta feel safe with somebody. They'll pretty much, I've seen it, I have experienced it. You listen, they'll pretty much say off top, like, okay, you're mine, or I'm yours, and they'll become what you want in so many aspects, but they'll become that, because to them, and that's not necessarily wrong. It's not wrong, but to them, it's providing somebody else's security in return says that they are secure. And because we were heavily influenced and dominated by Piscean energy, that is what ruled. Okay? But when you take an air sign operates off of the mind. Like, we go deep into our mind. Now, I'm about to show you, because this is the trick. Think about the mind. The mind seems real physical, right? It does, because of the fact that it's not about the fact that you can grasp it necessarily, but a lot of people try to. This is what makes it physical, because a lot of people try to grasp it, and it has a power to create. All right, to create what's around you, what's around us, and what's in our life right now, because it's the mind. And the mind is a powerful thing. But what happens is the mind can be, our minds can be very expansive, or it can be blocked in. And I think that where a lot of people get scared is the fact that they feel out of control. Like, if you take the earth signs, they don't want to know. It's like, okay, I need to know everything that I need to know right now physically in my being. I don't need to know all the rest of that stuff. Like, I can't use it. I can't control it. That's the word. Okay, go with me here. Okay, let me just get, because guys, if you follow me, y'all we in the moment, and like, people that appreciate me appreciates this about me. This is not rehearsed information. I have looked at, studied back since I was young, astrology, signs, energy. I am that person that observed. I am an observer of energy, that is the Gemini sign. That is what we are. Okay. But I took mine into the psychological direction. But this is what I'm saying. It's like, I'm in the moment with you guys. It ain't about me not knowing what I'm talking about. It's about me going deep into the energy. You know, I have that ability. That is my gift. Going deep. That's my specialty, into the energy. It freaks people out a lot of times. But this is what I do, you know, so that I can take the fear away. But yeah, so my point is this. Like I was speaking about the earth signs, and I'm like, that they for them, it's like, what's the point? That's crazy to just be out of control of your mind, you know. But when you're dealing with an air signs is the mind. It doesn't seek to have its mind controlled. Okay? I'm not saying the air signs can't. Because remember, if you take an individual and you condition them, you teach them stuff, you manipulate them, you set them up in a certain environment, that's going to impact them. What you will see is a lot of air signs losing their minds or having mental breakdowns and mental behaviors, you know, behaviors with their mental, because they're in conflict with being free and then being programmed. Okay. So, but let's go here. Okay. So you think of a mind, people try to grasp it, people try to contain it, you know, and do I feel like that's necessary at some points? Yes, I do. Because I feel like if you don't really know, if you let yourself get taken too far out there, yeah, you will not be grounded, and it's hard to really get anything done. But with Geminis, that's not the case. Like, this is the thing. I mean, with Geminis, that can be the case more than Aquarius, because the Aquarian energy is going to be more in control of that mind, of that. The Aquarian energy is going to be that, I know, and I've heard so many Aquarians say this, right? So they're going to be more in control of that mind energy. Okay. Because they're also ruled by Saturn. But this is why, a Gemini, out of the air signs, the Gemini is going to be the one that breaks barriers and boundaries on information, you know, on getting that firsthand information. It's like it filters down, you know. The Gemini is responsible for bringing that crap in. Okay. It's not crap, but you know, or should I say, get a lot of information. All right. Just naturally. So you take the mind, and there's also there is also the subconscious aspect of our mind as human, in the human mind. There's a subconscious aspect, and that subconscious mind, you know how they say it's in the back of your mind, or really is consciousness, right? That we've pushed to the back because it's like there's no place for it. There's no place for it. And when I say consciousness, this could be something that happened to a person that they don't want to deal with. They suppressed it and it's in their subconscious. But it was conscious. It's conscious information. It's conscious. What happened to you or what you're suppressing happened, but you suppressed it so far back in your subconscious that you're acting it out without even realizing that you're acting it out. If somebody says, okay, well, you still faced with something that happened to you when you were a child or whatever, that traumatic thing happened, and people will be like, no, I'm not. I got over that a long time ago. But they're in living color. They're acting out in their everyday life that's happened to them that they suppress. But the subconsciousness is a doorway. Okay? It's a doorway to what? The universe. To that in which we cannot all the way grasp. And this is why people want to fear it or stay away from anybody that's making them think, that's saying their thoughts. Now, you can say your feelings all day long. People will jump on board. I tried it out with social media. Say how you feel. Say, you know what? I was facing cancer. It took my life down to the pits. I was feeling depressed. I had my this going on. I had that going on. And blah, blah, blah. People will jump on it. Quick. When you're telling them, you know what? Glory be to God. You know, when I had nothing else, you know, I was down and out, and I tell you, won't Jesus do it? Or won't such and such or whatever, you know, because I was raised Christian, so that's why I always use that concept. Everybody jump on it, saying the same stuff. Everybody jump on it. But the moment you come in and you throw a curveball in and you talking about, man, you know, I was getting this intuitive. You know, I was in my intuitiveness. You know, I was getting these psychic hits. Have y'all ever thought about why, if we are the stars itself, why do they say in the Bible that is not of God? That's evil. Start asking questions and watch how people shut down out of fear. Like, that's air signs for you. That is Gemini for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we do. And I'm going to tell you, because that is, a lot of people cannot handle that. The sign of Aquarius knows that people can't handle that. So the sign of Aquarius is like, you know what? I'm going to let them do that. Like, I'm not even going to, y'all do y'all, like, I'm not even going to touch that. You know, I'm just going to do me. I ain't telling you nothing. I ain't telling them nothing. You know what I'm saying? Let them do what they want to do. Let them be what they want to be. And then the people that's ready, or the people that's at that certain understanding or know that certain information, the Aquarian energy is like, okay, you know, I can vibe with this person. Like, yeah, you know what's going on. You know what time it is. I can deal with you. Other than that, they kind of just like, okay. You know, Aquarians cannot understand why people don't get certain stuff. They don't understand. They're just, I feel like they do understand, but at the same time, they don't. They're like, yeah, well, you're going to be at where you're going to be at. You know, like, I'm not coming to save you. And listen, I'm going to do a separate video. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I'm going to write down in my notes about Aquarius being the Antichrist. Like, I said that in one of my readings one time, and like, some people flipped. And I'm like, no, you are not understanding this, honey. You're not understanding this, honey. You don't get it. I'm talking about the age concept. If you're using astrology, Pisces, think about Jesus, the symbol of the two fish. Think about the Piscean age. What does Pisces represent? What represents Pisces? The fish. Well, Jesus is one fish. But I don't know. I done seen two fish too. I know he's a fish. The symbol is a fish. Like, come on. His biggest thing that he was known for was teaching people how to fish, basically. Well, he didn't teach them. I guess what he did was made fish. Like, gave them all fruit, fish to eat. You know, listen, the person that knows the story better than me, please put that down there in the comment section if you like. I don't really be stuck on the way if I can't do nothing with it, then I'm just like, okay. It doesn't matter to me exactly exactly what was said. Because it's hard for me to put into words and remember all that, because I just be getting so much information on top of what is already here. But yeah, and in the Bible it predicts like the Antichrist coming. Because you got to understand, think about the people back then trying to tell them certain stuff. And then you also wanted to not tell them the truth. The people that was in power didn't want to tell them the exact truth because they felt like doing that, we got a problem. Because we don't want them to know this. You get what I'm saying? So, I said that, but I'm saying listen, I know several Aquarians Not the one I'm talking about, like awakened ones that even they don't even pray. Their prayers, they meditate, or they get into groups with people that don't pray like the average, like we were taught to pray. They prayers is kind of like this, love and light, prosperity. The universe made a universe pour prosperity down. Open up the minds of the mindless. Open up the eyes of the blind. Like, it's more of they're not asking necessarily. They're not asking. They don't pray to beg for mercy or anything like that. You get what I'm saying? It's a different understanding or translation of the energy. Okay. So I'm talking like the conscious ones, the ones that are consciously aware. I had some that just starts speaking in light language. That's how they get the Hanged Man. If you looked at the tarot, the card, the Hanged Man represents Uranus, and you see how that Hanged Man is positioned in a still state of being, right? That's Aquarius for you. That is the mind activation. So when I say certain stuff, I'm just like, you don't get it. When a one age is going out and another one is ushering in, this is what we're talking about here. All right. Anyhow, your crystalline being, that's within you already. The Bible shows us that through God, the heavenly body, the heavenly spirit coming down to experience as men. Imagine spirits now that it hasn't came in, or they need to come in again, whatever the case may be. And they're up there and they're just like trying to guide humans. And they're like, dude, why are you doing that? Yo, I'm trying to tell you that you just keep going over here. You got treasures over there, bruh. Like, you got all this stuff over there, bruh. You still stuck over here. So God was like, I can't sit here up here like this. I'm like, they not listening. What are they missing? Okay, I gotta go and be one of them. I gotta be them. So God incarnates himself. But how he come in? How did God come in? I'm not even gonna call God a him. But how did the essence of God come in? Through what? Through a woman. It still came in through that portal. Okay. The woman's vagina. It still came in. Like they say, she was a virgin. That is even from my experience. What it's trying to get people to understand is like the power. Every bit of that power of the creative energy flow is already in us. My experience, you can just really get from here down in low vibrations, or just down from where you're at to reach that state of nirvana, or that state of or like the orgasm, because that's what it is. That's the creative force. And on your own, and we all know that, but no, it's so powerful that you can create on your own. And people took that concept alone and made it about a woman who's actually a virgin that had a child. They don't understand the magnitude of that concept, of what it was showing you, Nonetheless, Jesus had to come in, right? God, the spirit, came in and was like, okay, I'm up in this piece. Okay, so now let's get this party started. Jesus had to have been an advanced soul at his time. At his time, he was an advanced soul. Let's get this party started. And coming in the form of the male principle, that to me had to happen. That had to happen. Even though he did have a female counterpart or counterparts. We had Mary Magdalene that became the prostitute, or was a prostitute, because she was the divine feminine energy that, shoot, you know how they disown Lilith because of the fact that she wouldn't bow down to Adam. So imagine coming into that day and time as a woman and trying to preach the word to people, trying to enlighten people. Oh my God, you think he wouldn't have lasted 33 years, okay? So you got to put this all into perspective. Now, the twist is this. The air sign, the Aquarian energy, is bringing in the raising or the rise of the feminine. The feminine principle is what we're talking about here. And we know that a lot of women heavily embody the feminine principle more than a male would, because society said that's how it has to go. You know, especially dealing in times where there's like heavy war, there's lots of stuff going on, and the female is saying, okay, I need this protection. Now we're realizing that, no, it's not about protection. You don't even gotta listen, okay? With today's world, as a female, do you think I don't know nothing about cars? I ain't gonna pretend to, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like women don't know nothing about cars. There are some women who make good mechanics and all that, but I'm not one of them, okay? Like, I have a very good time with being feminine, but at the same time, I go in between my masculine and feminine, but I love the fact that I can be feminine, especially in correlation with men. I love that, because if women knew how to do it right, okay, you won't even try to keep a man. That's another video. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to get on that, because I'm going to get on my feminine videos. This is just the videos I'm doing now is definitely ushering that in. But a man that's embodying heavy masculine energy will definitely basically be of service to you, because they want to be. All right. But that's a whole nother video. But I'm just saying, myself, I don't know how to do anything with cars. Like, I don't even want to know how to do it. It's not my interest. I don't, you know what I'm saying? My oil, I'm sitting there and I'm driving. I see the oil trickling down, and I'm just like, the oil levels, and I'm like, okay, really? Didn't I just have this on 100%? My tire went flat. Now, my brother has tried to teach me how to change a tire before, and you know what? I don't care to change a tire. I don't want to. If I had to, it will kick in and I would change a tire. If it was a life-death situation, I will change my tire. Oh, you better believe that. I'm not going to be a damsel in distress. But my point is, I'm not big in cars. I don't got to be. Do you know the last time my tire went flat on my car, I called my brother for some reason. He couldn't do it. And guess what? I was like, oh, you know what? I forgot. I know this one service to where it's this person with their own personal business. That helped me get my keys out of my car one time. And I saved the number. I go looking, boom, there goes the person's number. Now they coming, doing their job, paying them a couple dollars, and boom, now my tire is off. I got my spare tire on, and I'm good. Okay? This is the type of world we living in today. So it ain't even necessarily about protection. You know, it's not the woman feeling or being protected. It's about the women. A lot of women decide, okay, you know what? I'm going into survival mode because I realize I can't really depend on a man. I realize that I have to do things myself, you know, or at least attempt. So there's other ways that's there that probably, or no, that definitely wasn't there before. Okay. So you got to keep all this in mind when you're looking and you're viewing information. You have to be able to look at the whole scope of it. But needless to say, you know, like I was telling you, the mind, we're going back to the mind now. We're going back to the mind, and we're going back to the subconsciousness, and we're going back to the connection that it has to the universe and what you tap into and all that. And the fact that through our mind, we are not bound to physical form. Yeah, we are here on earth, but you're not like your soul gets to, or knows or understands that we're not. And this is how a lot of people create. This is how a lot of people create and bring things into our world. And I kind of feel like, I don't know if y'all feel it, but I feel it so strong that we're outgrowing our world. Like, I don't know how long this is going to take. But eventually, I feel like we're going to go to something else. Like, you know, it's got to be something else. it can't, like, even during the holidays, it's like, I don't even really celebrate the holidays like that, but it's just like going through the motions. Like, everybody is going through the motions now, but don't want this same stuff. But then it's a battle. It's a fight, because there are those people that's trying to hang on to the same stuff because they feel like that's all that they know. It's what it has to be. But when you're dealing with air signs, it's not what it has to be. Now, I didn't really get into Libra much, but I'm going to Libra. Libra is one of the most intelligent signs on the planet. Okay. Libra operates off of partnership, though. So if a Libra doesn't know itself, it seeks to know itself through another individual. Like the individual or the partner solidifies what that existence is for them. And it goes into the need to be balanced, the scales, but knocking themselves all out of balance, but needing to be in balance, hard to make a decision. If you are a person or individual where you don't want to make a decision because, in side note, I said this before and a couple of Libras got mad at me, but I'm a Libra midheaven and my Mars is in Libra. And my Saturn is in Libra. I know what I'm talking about. Okay? But if you understand it like this, like I told you, they got mad because I said a Libra is always thinking the grass is greener on the other side. Some of them was like, we don't think the grass is greener on the other side. Yeah, you do. A person that thinks the grass is greener on the other side feels like if they make a choice, they're missing something. Okay? Well, what if it's this? You know, what if I make the wrong choice? If you take an individual like that, you have to, the partner has to be the one that's like, oh, no, it's okay. Let's make this choice. And the Libra is okay with that because the Libra feels less guilty. The Libra feels less of the pressure on them. And they can always come back around and be like, okay, well, you made this choice or that choice. It wasn't me. That's how the Libras get you. But their thing is their ability to understand in their mind. They know that it is more. They know they can have more. They know that there's more to be had. They know they can have their cake and eat it too. To a Libra is like this. Why on earth? This is thinking for you. This is smarts. This is intelligence. Okay. The air sign women are like none other. Okay. And men, but you know, the Libra is like, but why would I? Why on earth would I want a piece of cake and I can't eat it too? And you know what? I never like that saying. I would be like, why would you? What are you talking about? You want your cake and you eat it too. You want to have your cake and you want to eat it too. Why on earth would I want to sit and have a piece of cake in front of me and not eat it too? So the Libra energy is like, I know there's more. I know it. I can conceive it. I can have it. How do I know? I have a moist, luscious piece of cake right here in front of me with icing. And it's there. I can have it. It's in my possession. So Libras can be can go very far and be established. They can be one of the signs that practically is able to create and live out the life that they want. Because of the fact that they know that they're not limited. You may not hear them say that, but they know it. They know it. They know it. Like, I'm not limited in anything that I do. I'm not limited in partners. I ain't limited in nothing. Okay? And the only thing that the Libras has to learn is that, listen, you don't need a partner to try to establish your who you are and define that for you. Like, you got to be able to go ahead, have what you want, and just do that as a sole purpose in your life. Like, this is what I'm getting. It's not, and I'm not saying that it's for a Libra. It's not about having many like, they may have different partners, but it's not about having many at the time. It's hard for them to deal with a bunch of different people at a time. You know, they do it socially, but one-on-one, they got to have that one friend or that one partner. Like, they'll throw the relationship off. Like, they'll throw your relationship out of balance and say, okay, well, we got to fix up again, or there's a problem. But I'm saying that to say this. For them, they are very strategic. They are intelligent. They go after information just like the other air signs. The only thing is how should I put it? Theirs is not overt a lot of times. Theirs is to themselves, just in a more quiet type way. They'll be learning, they'll be researching, they'll be looking up information about you. They'll be like, they have a process of elimination that they go through or that they use, and very smart, very intellectual. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what nobody says. You know, the stigma that's placed on Libras is that they're just ditzy. All the air signs get that whole ditzy thing because of the fact that, you know, especially the air sign women, especially Libra, because of the fact that Libra involves itself in beauty and charm. And that's considered shifty, airheaded, and superficial. But they're not. Libras is like, look at all this beauty to be had. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty of the world. Yeah, the world could be a bad, frightening place, but there's beauty in the world. And because of that, Libras seek to have that beauty. They embody it. And that's how you listen. That's a master salesman. That's a master. They're the beautiful woman that entices the men over, you know, that entices people. It don't gotta just be men, but that cake and devours it, you know. But I wasn't trying to get off, but this was just me going into depths of the air signs more, especially applying it to the feminine principle, because a lot of people do look at the air sign women as really, they're different, they're hard to obtain, they're hard to understand. Now, I'm going to say it like this. Out of all of them, the Libra is going to be more better in a relationship, or people are going to see them more as a better partner for the simple fact that they're about partnerships. But when you start getting into like the emotional side of it, no. That's where men are like, man, they're just so charming and everything, but I just can't quite tell what's going on with them. Like, I can't quite tell what they're doing. Like what? And an Aquarius woman don't really need a man at all. They need the setup. They need a situation. They need a way to live out their plan. But Aquarius woman is just kind of like, man, I'm not pressed by this whole thing. And I tell you one thing. If you're a man and you don't understand that, they could be quite a challenge, because they will leave you high and dry. They will leave you where you stand, or you could be living with them and feel like you're single. Okay, whoever said that you can control an Aquarius woman is absolutely wrong. But I will say this though, an Aquarius woman in a situation with somebody that respects her, treats her as equal, or understands she has her own mind, she has her own ways about life, how she goes about it, the way she thinks and all that. Aquarius woman will be a loyal partner to that person, and be like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna do my responsibilities like I should, because and it's not like I should, but I'm gonna do my responsibilities because they're doing theirs, and that's because they're ruled by Saturn as well. But a Gemini woman, oh no, you definitely dealing with masculine and feminine principle, and they don't play any one of those parts or those roles. Like it's a Gemini woman looks more for something like an equality, a childlike demeanor, within the relationship. Like a Gemini woman is going to get what she wants. It's like, I want what I want. And they usually get it through partnerships or relationships with other people. Like, the people give them what they want. And if they can't get what they want, yes, they will be hard to handle. They're going to be hard to handle anyways. But one thing's for sure is you're not about to put them in no typical role. No. Gemini women are not, when anybody is talking about, any man is talking about having a woman, Gemini women are not going to be those typical people, because, or the typical desired, they will be the ones that's desired because of the fact that the childlike demeanor and the fun that they can have. But when they're trying to place them in a stereotypical role of what a woman is supposed to do and submit to a man, oh no, that's where you lose it. That's where things go downhill. But I'm going to continue, guys. Like, I wanted to make this because I have so many comments on the videos I do about Geminis. And then I just want to go more into the other air signs and like the energy that we are embodying in the world, the direction that the world is going in, or it's headed right now, and to break down more of the understandings. But I have much more coming. Okay. This is just, a particular one video, and it's getting long enough. So I'll be back. It's me, Butterfly to the Light. Stay tuned. Peace.